Thank you for showing an interest in this webinar on taxation of groups, the essentials. The purpose of the webinar is to look at the underpinning foundations of tax matters on groups. And that means starting with looking at definition and being able to identify group structures. So we'll start with those definitions and use a series of examples to ensure that we can identify a valid group. First of all, for group relief purposes. And then I continue with looking at the definition of a consortium and the rules to enable us to identify whether a consortium exists for tax. I'll then consider the rules for group relief in terms of the use of losses within a group, and I will briefly mention the fact that there will be some changes under Finance Bill 2017. We then move it to looking at definition and identification of a capital gains group and looking at some of the areas of capital gains tax that affect groups, principally in overview only substantial shareholding exemption, nil gain, nil loss transfers and degrouping, also considering capital loss aspects of groups. And finally, a very brief overview of the specific group rule because of the connected persons relationship for loan relationships and how that works. Thank you for your interest.